Day 50, Chapter 11, page 169. Miracles cannot supersede the Bible. If those through whom cures are performed are disposed, on account of these manifestations, to excuse their neglect of the law of God and continue in disobedience, though they have power to any and every extent, it does not follow that they have the great power of God. On the contrary, it is the miracle-working power of the great deceiver. The Bible will never be superseded by miraculous manifestations. The truth must be studied. It must be searched for as hidden treasure. Wonderful illuminations will not be given aside from the Word or to take the place of it. Cling to the Word. Receive the engrafted Word, which will make men wise unto salvation. The last great delusion is soon to open before us. Antichrist is to perform his marvelous works in our sight. So closely will the counterfeit resemble the true that it will be impossible to distinguish between them except by the Holy Scriptures. By their testimony, every statement and every miracle must be tested. Deception is almost universal. There is now a need of earnest working of men and women who will seek for the salvation of souls, for Satan as a powerful general has taken the field, and in this last remnant of time he is working through all conceivable methods to close the door against the light that God would have come to his people. He is sweeping the whole world into his ranks, and the few who are faithful to God's requirements are the only ones who can ever withstand him, and even these he is trying to overcome. The forms of the dead will appear through the cunning device of Satan, and many will link up with the one who loveth and maketh a lie. I warn our people that right among us some will turn away from faith and give heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, and by them the truth will be evil spoken of. A marvelous work shall take place. Ministers, lawyers, doctors, who have permitted these falsehoods to overmaster their spirit of discernments, will be themselves deceivers, united with the deceived. A spiritual drunkenness will take possession of them. Chapter 12. The Shaking. Church membership, no guarantee of salvation. It is a solemn statement that I make to the church, that not 1 in 20 whose names are registered upon the church books are prepared to close their earthly history, and would be as verily without God and without hope in the world as the common sinner. Those who have had the opportunities to hear and receive of the truth, and who have united with the Seventh-day Adventist Church, calling themselves a commandment-keeping people of God, and yet possess no more vitality and consecration to God than do the nominal churches, will receive the plagues of God just as verily as the churches who oppose the law of God. The chaff separated from the wheat. Divisions will come in the church. Two parties will be developed. The wheat and the tares grow up together for the harvest. There will be a shaking of the sieve. The chaff must in time be separated from the wheat, because iniquity abounds. The love of many waxes cold. It is the very time when the genuine will be the strongest. The history of the rebellion of Dathan and Abraham is repeated, and will be repeated till the close of time. Who will be on the Lord's side? Who will be deceived, and in their turn become deceivers? The Lord is soon to come. There must be a refining, a winnowing process in every church, for there are among us wicked men who do not love the truth or honor God. We are now in the shaking time, the time when everything that can be shaken will be shaken. The Lord will not excuse those who know the truth if they do not in word and deed obey his commands. Persecution cleanses the church. Prosperity multiplies a mass of professors. Adversity purges them out of the church. Time is not far distant when the test will come to every soul. The mark of the beast will be urged upon us. Those who have step by step yielded to worldly demands and conformed to worldly customs will not find it a hard matter to yield to the powers that be, rather than to subject themselves to derision, insult, threatened imprisonment, and death. The contest is between the commandments of God and the commandments of men. In this time the gold will be separated from the dross in the church. In the absence of persecution, there have drifted into our ranks men who appear sound and their Christianity unquestionable, but who, if persecution should arise, shall go out from among us. When the law of God is made void, the church will be sifted by fiery trials, and a larger portion than we now anticipate will give heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.